12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Hi, good morning. We made it to Wednesday, and it's still July 30th.
Still July.
But if you stepped out early this morning, you might have been like, what? Is it July? I almost grabbed a jacket.
Yeah, no, I wanted to. I didn't get a chance to go out because obviously we were here and everything, but I was excited to hear from people like you who were like out there and must have been thinking, is this, what day is it, July 30th? Like,
yeah, it was really nice. And I had gotten up to do a quick run, and it was just so nice because I wasn't drenched
you weren't
when I
drenched.
got back home.
Okay, very good, awesome. Well, live cam right now to show you what we're talking about. And again, July, just the month that, again, we'll talk about this month weather-wise for a long time. And Justin can clarify whether we hit a record this morning or not.
We did. It was a record low, guys. I mean, we were expecting to drop down to the low 70s, sure, but 60s was a bonus. And we got all the way down to 67 this morning, which was a record. The old record was 68, which was set back in 1949. So there you go. Let's show you the almanac here real quick. 75 is normal, or the average, if you will. So we were, about 8 degrees below average. And yes, we did set a record. Some places were in the 50s earlier this morning. Yeah, it deserves a round of applause. The whole reason that we got where we did, it has to do with the dew points. And you have dew points in the mid-50s, that's really dry air, pleasant air. And you go further east, you run into that humidity. You see the dew points in the 70s there, Gonzales, Victoria, Houston. In fact, my colleague at our sister station in Houston, when I posted this, he goes, I don't like you guys very much right now. Because in Houston, it's still really humid and they're still dealing with warm temperatures. So yeah, we lucked out this morning. The forecast is going to call for temperatures right around 89 noontime and then 100 this afternoon. So it gets really hot, but it stays dry. So it'll be a dry heat, a lot like yesterday. And then we do get some changes starting tonight. More humidity comes in, and we start to talk about some rain chances as early as late tomorrow. We'll discuss coming up in just a couple minutes, guys.
Good, sir. Thank you. All right. Well, Kerrville Pets Alive has been working tirelessly to help reunite hundreds of pets with their owners across the Hill Country, but they certainly have not done that alone.
So the nonprofit has gotten a lot of help from the local community and people hundreds of miles away, like one 11-year-old girl who raised thousands of dollars by selling cookies. And our Devin Karp joins us now to tell us more about her story and the work there. I mean, wow, that's remarkable that she raised so much money.
Yeah, it's cool to see. So Cameron Balfour, she's already had that kind of like entrepreneurial spirit to begin with. Oh. And she also had a love of baked goods. So when she heard about the Hill Country flooding and the animals it affected, she decided she wanted to do good with baked goods right here. So Kerrville Pets Alive has helped reunite more than 350 animals with their owners since the flood swept through town. They've been working to create a database of all the missing pets people have posted about and the pets that they have found, all while helping out the community. When they asked for donations to keep doing their good work, Cameron from League City stepped up to give 100% of her proceeds from her summer business, Cameron's Cravings. She started off by making 40 cookies a batch in her home kitchen, but after getting more than 1,400 orders from around the globe, she raised more than $3,000 to give to the nonprofit, all because she wanted to do something to help.
We saw a newscast where the animals
were getting snake bites.
Right, and like their paws were, hurting and
getting fatigue.
So we just wanted to help, and we didn't know that it would turn into such a big outpouring of support.
Cameron right there with her proud mom. She says she wants to see other kids doing some of the same stuff that she can, because even though it might be a small donations, those can add up to make a big impact. Cameron's going to be visiting Kerrville in person on Friday to deliver that money herself. She says she hopes to see other people in the community who want to make a change, but also looks forward to giving some love to all the dogs and the cats in the shelter. It's a good plus side of everything else. Ernie and Steph.
Indeed, Devin. Thank you very much, sir, for that. Well, meanwhile, One Hill Country County is focusing its efforts on cleanup after the deadly floods.
That's right. Well, officials tell us that 9 victims from upstream communities have been recovered in Kendall County. However, they say there is no indication that 2 people still missing after the floods are in their county. So they're starting cleanup efforts today. So contracted crews will now work west to east 7 days a week. They'll be focused on cleaning the county right-of-ways and also private property as feasible and along the riverbed. So private landowners with damage are being asked to move that flood debris, if they can do it safely, to counties' right-of-way areas.
So they'll be storing the debris in a state-approved location until it can be properly discarded. Officials warn, though, that only approved vehicles will be able to access this location.
that site is not a dump site where a private citizen can go with a truckload of material to deliver. It won't be accepted. The only trucks that will be going in and out of that site will be the debris removal and that specific contracted company.
A call center will be open. It is open this morning to answer questions about the process. You can call the number on the screen there, 830-217-2890.
Well, it is something that is deeply integrated into our everyday lives. We're talking about screen time and social media. Whether we use it for entertainment or just to learn something, social media can also have a downside, especially for children.
And that's why counselors are urging parents to have conversations about social media with their kids, even before you think about handing your child a smartphone.
Who has phones? Everybody?
We asked a group of students ages 11 through 14 about phone use and social media. And they were quick to point out the benefits of social media apps, from sparking creativity to making connections.
You can talk with your friends and stuff, because I live very far away from our friends.
I like Pinterest because when you're bored, you can look at things to do. You can keep in touch with your friends, and also, you can find new ideas. Really just communicate with your friends. And it's just fun because it's something you can do when you're bored.
There's a conversation I think that is ongoing.
Clarity Child Guidance Center Program Director Rick Edwards says it's fine for kids to engage in social media, to have screen time. But the key here, he says, is that this is not the only thing they should be doing.
Engagement in the community, whether it's getting outdoors with play or sports or just being out with peers, there's an opportunity that physically the endorphins get activated.
The downside, Edwards says, is when social media impacts eating and sleeping, or when it becomes a child's only social interaction. That's why he says it's important to have a balance.
And it really is, particularly as kids get older, an ongoing kind of conversation that should start way before a kid ever gets on to any kind of media platform whatsoever.
And the best way to help your child is getting off the screen yourself.
It's not simply, oh, well, do as I say, not as I do, so I have to be off the device.
Yeah, it's very interesting. As parents, we have to do our part as well. So you can catch our KSAT Community Town Hall Social Media SOS, the effects of social media on children, and that's happening tomorrow on July 31st, and this is on 2 p.m. You can catch it on KSAT.com, KSAT Plus, or any way you stream. All right, here's today's 9 at 9. Massive 8.8 earthquake strikes off Russia's coast, triggering tsunami warnings and evacuations as far as Hawaii. So 4 to 5 foot waves reportedly hit Hawaii this morning on the North Shore and Maui. The National Weather Service says all shores were at risk and urged people to move to higher ground or at least 4 floors up. Tsunami advisories were in effect from Alaska to Northern California and even as far as Guam and America's Samoa.
The man who killed 4 people in a New York City skyscraper that is home to the NFL headquarters left a note blaming the league for his mental health struggles. The former high school football player claimed he had CTE. That is the brain disease linked to concussions in contact sports. In a 3-page note found in his wallet, he begged authorities to study his brain. CTE has been found in over 100 former NFL players and remains a growing concern.
Well, Sean Diddy Combs is once again asking a judge to let him out of jail, this time on a $50 million bond. His lawyer says that conditions at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn are dangerous and points out that others convicted of similar offenses were released before sentencing. Combs was cleared of the most serious charges, including sex trafficking, but convicted of lesser prostitution-related crimes. Now, so far, the judge is not convinced he's not a threat to the community.
If you've noticed your bathroom or laundry essentials are getting more expensive, you are correct. Procter & Gamble says it's taking a $1 billion hit from new tariffs under the Trump administration, and some of that cost is being passed on to you. The company plans mid-single-digit price hikes on about a quarter of its products, though they're also making changes to offset the impact. Still, do not be surprised if your next trip to the store feels a little heavier on your wallet.
Well, despite rising costs, consumer confidence climbed 2 points this month to a reading of 97.2. The reading shows that people's attitudes about the economy have stabilized after deteriorating sharply during the spring. Now, tariffs unveiled in April have been delayed several times. The White House says it has brokered trade agreements with 7 countries.
The Federal Reserve is expected to keep interest rates steady today, but President Trump is not happy about that. He's calling for rate cuts and even suggested Fed Chair Jerome Powell should resign if the board does not act. Lower rates help Americans borrow more affordably, but Powell says inflation is already a concern, especially with tariffs in play.
And get ready to say goodbye to mobile-only Starbucks. The coffee company says it will ditch the pickup-only locations next year as part of a larger overhaul. So CEO Brian Niccol also says that prices may have to go up.
A piece from the past will soon be on display for the public. A 4,000-year-old handprint was recently found on a soul house inside an Egyptian tomb by Cambridge University researchers. There it is. According to a press release, these clay models were used for offerings and provided a place for a soul to live.
Ultra Skelly is Home Depot's new and improved Halloween skeleton decoration, and it can talk to trick-or-treaters through a mobile app and has more animated features and also the lighting effects than last year's 12-foot version. So you may want to move fast, though. The skeletons have sold out months before Halloween in past years, and that's today's 9 at 9.
And they're at least a couple $100, but good luck trying to find one.
Yeah, it looks pretty fun. Well, I've seen, not my neighbor, my brother's neighbor in Austin,
Yeah.
they had one, but it stayed up all year.
Oh.
They just decorated it different. For Christmas, it had like a Santa hat, and I think there was like an inner tube for summer.
Sure.
Yeah.
Spring break, summer, Easter, whatever the case may be. So
Skelly all year long.
again, good luck trying to find one if you can.
Yeah.
Right now, 909 and it's 78 degrees and still ahead on GMSA at 9.
Well, he's getting a third chance at life and is now wanting to spend it helping those in need. After the break, how one barber school student is giving back to his community. Welcome back. It's 9:13. We'll love one another. That is the purpose behind one barber school student who is excited to get out and help those in need.
He is a veteran who's had a third chance at life after trying to commit suicide twice. And it was then that he knew his purpose, which was to use his gift of cutting hair to reach people in our community, including families getting back to school. Lozano and his top-of-line barber school family are extending their free services to people rebuilding from the deadly Kerr County floods.
As a father, as a person in faith, this is my goal.
Yeah.
To be a better person, to take care of people, and then provide a service that is a blessing.
Lozano and his top-of-line barber school family, again, are extending their services to help people with the floods, and they're also helping kids who are getting ready to go back to school. So if you or someone you know is homeless, they're impacted by the floods, or they just need a free haircut before school starts, the link to contact the school directly is on our website. Jaffney did this story. You can go to KSAT.com to find out more.
And the summer is winding down and the school year is inching closer. So if your student's sleep schedule is a little bit off, it's time to get it back in line. And that starts with getting on a good sleep schedule. So try moving that bedtime up gradually and make sure all phones and other devices are put away.
Ideally, at least an hour before bed in order to get their brain into sleep mode, have them start getting out of bed at the time that they will need to do that, to do that for school. Keep their wake-up time within an hour of when they get out of bed during the week.
So if they normally get up at 6:30 during the school week, get them up by about 7:30 on the weekend if possible, just to make it a little bit easier come Sunday night when it's time for them to go to bed.
And avoid naps during the day if possible. And if they need one, make sure it's no more than 20 minutes a day.
And yes, parents, the struggle is real. But this might help in a few days. Tax-free weekend is coming up. It's not this weekend, but next weekend. From August 8th through the 10th, you can save on school supplies, clothing, backpacks, and shoes, all without paying sales tax.
So those qualifying items can be purchased from a Texas store or online from a business in the state.
And this will help somebody. KSAT wants to help you as we approach back to school. Get your phone out. You can scan the QR code on your screen right now.
And so we are offering one lucky winner a chance to win a $500 gift card through a special back-to-school sweepstakes on GMSA. You can enter until noon on Friday, August 1st. That's coming up, and so is the start of school.
All right. And even sooner than that, SA Live coming up in about 45 minutes from now. Time to get our first look at what the ladies are working on for today. Good morning.
Yes,
Yes, today is National Cheesecake Day, the creamiest, the yummiest day of the year. Okay, so that got us thinking, what is your favorite cheesecake flavor? Quick.
Turtle cheesecake, I really love.
Look at him, shooting from the hip. Love it.
Oreo.
Okay. Oreo.
Oh, that's a good one. So I'm not a huge fan of cheesecake, but if it's there, I'll do the chocolate on chocolate, whatever. Chocolate cheesecake.
Yeah, and then a lot of people really just like the good old New York style cheesecake, right? You can't go wrong with that, or really any cheesecake from, say, the Cheesecake Factory, which is doing a great deal today, 50% off.
Got to have the whipped cream dough
any
on top.
slice, as long as you're dine in and a rewards member.
Nice. It's going to be packed there.
Yeah, it's going to be packed there. And wait till you see the new flavor that's been launched in honor of today.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay, we look forward to that.
Fiona,
Maybe
you're
we'll
a tease,
send some
Fiona.
over.
All right. Yeah, we're right next door. So if you need anybody to help out with the tasting, let us know.
We're here.
My attention has been piqued.
Yes.
All right, thanks, guys. More SA Live, top of the hour.
Indeed. I will watch that show. And yeah, they do that every year where they do the half price deal Fiona talked about, and then they unveil a brand new mystery flavor.
I like it.
I have no idea what it is, but we'll see.
They have some sort of Oreo cookie dough thing, cheesecake, and it is
with addictive properties.
Oh my gosh.
It's only 50 calories today.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Half the calories too?
Right.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, dig in.
Exactly. All right, guys, we're going to start with a look at the earthquake. I know you guys talked a little bit about this, but a big earthquake yesterday evening out near Russia. I mean, this is a long way away, but it was an 8.8. Okay, that is one of the strongest earthquakes on record. Did quite a bit of damage there in Russia and parts of Japan too. Sent out a tsunami. This earthquake occurred on the ocean floor, not on land. So then you become concerned about tsunamis. And a little refresher here on what a tsunami is. This is the ocean here. You got one plate here, another here, and typically how this works out in the Pacific is you get one plate that slides under the other just ever so slightly, and that puts out these impulses. And you get an earthquake on the seafloor. The energy travels upwards, but also goes in all directions. And then anyone in the Pacific has to be concerned about the threat of a tsunami, which was exactly what unfolded this morning, including in the islands of Hawaii. You look at offshore when this thing initially gets going, and you get a series of waves building that pulls water from the coast. So you actually see a lot of the bays, the water levels go down, and then you get the waves coming in, and they can be rather large. In this case, they were not. We only saw about 5-foot waves. There was some minor inundation in places like Maui, maybe along the west coast, but it wasn't anything significant. Really, it was, again, Japan and Russia that really saw the brunt of this. But tsunami warnings were issued, and it caused a lot of panic in Hawaii. There was a lot of people trying to get to higher ground. And again, they did see some waves and some dangerous waves for those who were, planning to be out in the ocean. But the thing about tsunamis is they can travel up to, hundreds and hundreds of miles and can go to speeds of over 500 miles per hour. So a pretty interesting phenomenon that we did deal with this morning. And of course, it all depends on where that earthquake is and how strong it is, but a really strong one there off the coast of Russia. All right, here locally, 78 degrees in San Antonio, 76 in New Braunfels, 77 Converse. We are now warming up in a big way after a really beautiful start. Temperatures record levels this morning, down into the upper 60s, 67 to be exact here in San Antonio, which was a record low. And this is where we end up. Hardly seems fair, but just know that it will be a dry heat, a lot like yesterday. And because we have a lot of dry air in place, heat index will not be an issue. In fact, it will feel actually a little cooler than the actual air temperature, which is great. Heat index is not a factor for us. You look at the big picture here, we do have flow kind of out of the east now. We're getting some high clouds coming in. These do not contain rain, but it does show that we're going to start to get some little disturbances that will roll in. And let me go back to that real quick. That could roll in next couple days and bring some rain chances, as you see there in the 7-day forecast. Just keeps jumping past on me here. We're going to try this one more time. Maybe we can get it to work. There we go. In nothing today, but tomorrow on the coast, a couple of light showers. And then I think as we get into tomorrow, or Friday, I should say, we should start to see a little activities start to develop in central Texas, and I think some of these could work down towards San Antonio late in the day. That will be the case Friday and Saturday. So those are the 2 days we still have pegged for rain chances. 20% on Friday, 30% chance on Saturday, and maybe still a small chance Sunday too. It does bring temperatures down a little bit, but not much. It will still be hot over the weekend, and humidity comes back. So
for the
that
weekend,
means it'll be pretty sticky and hot Saturday, Sunday.
Okay, but next week I see those high temperatures and maybe low humidity next week.
I think we got spoiled today. I don't think we're going to see anything like what we saw today.
Today was a one-off, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, well, it was nice.
It was nice while it lasted.
Very nice.
Very good. Okay, we'll step aside here on GMSA at 9. More to come in just a little bit. Don't go away.
Welcome back. It's 9:25. Let's take a quick look out there with our TransGuide cameras. Looking over there at I-37 at Loop 410. Things look pretty quiet, but things are moving. Just a note on the TxDOT website, didn't appear to be any problems right now, which is good news, but be aware of those usual construction spots we're talking about, not on your screen, but of course I-35 at Laredo Street. That is northbound. That is still kind of a mess because of the construction, but other than that, things are looking good. Stay with us here on GMSA at 9. Welcome back. It's 9:29, and to an update to a story that we have been following. A balloon release was held last night for a woman who died from a dog bite.
The Kerr County Medical Examiner's Office identified her as 31-year-old Simone Like. Police responded Thursday night near Patricia and West Avenue. Like was found with serious injuries and was taken to a hospital where she later died. Family and friends gathered near Gardendale and Wurzbach Road to honor her.
This girl right here, it was just a blessing to have her. Like, I just hate we're standing here. There's no way we should be standing here with this picture and with this shirt on with her. Like, there's no way.
ACS tells us that the dog is in quarantine while the investigation continues, and the owner, who had an unclear relationship with Like, has gotten numerous citations from ACS in the past. What led up to the bite right now is unclear, but we will continue to update you on the story as we get more information. Now, a car stop near the Quarry Market led to illegal drugs off the market. San Antonio police arrested a man accused of possessing $500,000 worth of drugs. Now, officers stopped 40-year-old Juan Vasquez in a car around noon yesterday. And inside the car with Vasquez was another person with a warrant who was arrested. They also found narcotics there.
So that led to a search of Vasquez's home, where police say they found up to 120 pounds of meth, 2 pounds of heroin, and multiple firearms. Officers estimate the street value of the drugs to be about $500,000. Vasquez is charged with 2 counts of possession of a controlled substance with intent to manufacture or distribute, and may also face federal charges.
Well, a man is wanted in connection with an attempted kidnapping in a Shirts restaurant parking lot. Police say that in Shirts that this man was dressed in black opened someone's car door and reached for a child, but someone stopped him.
That man left the scene and has not been found. Police say he could end up facing an attempted kidnapping charge. If you know this man or have any idea where he might be, you're asked to call the number on your screen there, 210-619-1200.
Well, in your morning headlines, the U.S. Department of Homeland Security is launching a new recruitment push for ICE called Defend the Homeland. So this after the government approved more than $4 billion to hire 10,000 new agents. DHS is offering signing bonuses up to $50,000, student loan repayment, and other benefits to attract new officers. Recruitment materials will be shared at college campuses and job fairs nationwide starting next week.
If you walk into that courtroom, there is a high likelihood, almost a guarantee at this point, that you will be detained.
Meanwhile, we are getting a clearer picture of just how difficult things are becoming for people going through immigration court here in San Antonio.
An attorney who's been helping since detainments began says the rules have changed again, and it could lead to a humanitarian problem. Erica Hernandez explains how detainments are increasing, but there may not be enough space to hold everyone.
Basically everybody at this point who is appearing in person is getting detained because of new changes in law at the appellate level.
Attorney Laura Flores-Dixit and the American Gateways Organization have been working on a lot of immigration cases. They've seen time and time again detainments taking place at immigration court in downtown San Antonio.
This is not normal. This is an affront to due process.
On this Tuesday morning, it's quiet. There is no bus out here today, but yesterday it was a different story as several people were being detained. Flores Dixit says before, if a case was dismissed, a detainment would take place. Now, it doesn't seem to matter.
Almost everybody else they are now arguing is going to be subject to mandatory detention. So even though the judges are not terminating their cases, they're still walking out of the court, being detained, and ICE is saying, well, you will finish your case detained.
The bigger problem now, according to Flores Dixit, is that space is running out at detention facilities.
They are relying on breaking these individuals, understanding that the conditions in these centers are harsh, that they do not have access to the adequate medical care. There's not space, like, at all for all of these individuals, and it's becoming very tragic, even more tragic than it was.
For now, they continue to educate and encourage more virtual hearings, but it's a luck of the draw, since only 4 of the 7 judges that appear at the San Antonio Immigration Court allow those virtual hearings.
I think it's really important that people continue to recognize that this is an ongoing issue, that it's only getting worse.
Erica Hernandez, KSAT 12 News.
Well, a failing grade for the jail. For the second time in a year, the Texas Commission on Jail Standards found the Kerr County Jail was out of compliance. According to the Sheriff's Office, the jail is not meeting state laws and minimum standards. The unannounced inspection happened a week after an inmate died by suicide. The jail has been asked to submit a plan to fix the issues found within 30 to 60 days. Sheriff Javier Salazar says they've already started making some changes.
Look out there with live cam this morning. We're now at 78 degrees, but it was nice to reach the 60s at some point, Justin.
So nice, so nice. And it's been a pretty rapid warm up. We'll continue to see these numbers jump up over the next couple of hours. Pollen count is in, and like yesterday, a little surprising, but molds are up even more so today. They're up to 940. So that keeps them in the moderate category, but just surprising to see molds where they are, considering the humidity levels have been as low as they are. And that contributed to the low temperatures this morning. 67 in San Antonio was a record low. So too was 63 up in Austin. And you see the 50s. Kerrville got down to 57. Fredericksburg 59. 60 in Pleasanton. These are incredible numbers for late July. Doesn't get much better than that. Noontime 89, and we'll make our way all the way up to 100 this afternoon. So about a 33-degree swing. Temperatures by 8 p.m. down to 95, 91 at 9 p.m. It is a dry heat, but for those kiddos that are out doing two-a-days and band practice and all that, still be aware that it's going to be rather hot. Not only today, but really over the next week or so, we're going to see some pretty summer-like temperatures. We'll discuss that, and we'll look at the 7-day forecast and talk about those weekend rain chances, too, here in just a couple minutes.
Sounds good. Thank you, Justin. Looking out there with our TransGuide cameras. Again, things are pretty quiet there. Looking at I-37 at Loop 410, and a nice shot there at the Alamo Dome. I-37, things are moving there as well, and no problems to report on the TxDOT page. Well, if you have puppies, keep an eye out for this. The FDA is issuing a warning that certain pet food from Darwin's Natural Products may contain E. coli and salmonella. So the food was sold online, and so far 1 dog and child illness were reported last year.
The FDA recommended that the company recall the affected products, but they have not done so yet. If you have this dog food, throw it away immediately. The FDA says you should disinfect anything the food had contact with. We have more information at KSAT.com.
Well, a new episode of the streaming series, The Conversation, is out. So in this episode, we're going to discuss one of the deadliest cancers that you don't hear about that much. That's stomach cancer.
So for some reason, Asians, blacks, and Latinos die from it at higher rates, and researchers don't know why. Our Stefania Jimenez sat down with Yolanda Barrera Day, who is a stomach cancer survivor. She was diagnosed with stage 2 stomach cancer during the pandemic, and now she's in remission. And she's using her second chance at life to bring awareness to the disease and convince people to see their doctor when they notice that something is wrong.
It was fatigue, right? That kind of alerted me. It was a red flag. But a lot of people that I know, that I've met through this organization and through my efforts to bring awareness to the community, is they have reflux. Well, how many people do you know that say, I just have reflux, I ate something bad, oh gosh, I must have eaten something bad? No, reflux is a thing for stomach cancer. If it's continuous, if it's bad, if it's so bad that you can't sleep or you can't eat a regular meal without getting sick, check it out.
Well, Yolanda shared her journey with Stephania, and she's also organizing an event to raise awareness about stomach cancer. So later this fall, and you can watch the latest episode of The Conversation on KSAT.com. Well, University Health is expanding, and for $71 million, the Kerr County Hospital District Board of Managers approved the purchase of the Christus Santa Rosa Hospital at the Medical Center. So the hospital is off of Babcock Road, just closed in April, and now will be a part of the University Health system.
A new study is raising concerns about what's in your food and how it could impact your long-term health. Ultra-processed foods like chips, sodas, lunch meats, and packaged snacks may be linked to a higher risk of lung cancer. Researchers found people who ate the most ultra-processed foods were 41% more likely to be diagnosed with lung cancer. That's even after adjusting for smoking. Experts recommend cutting back by choosing whole or minimally processed foods whenever possible.
The time now is 9:39, and we're at 78 degrees for now. You're watching GMSA at 9.
Speaking of eating, a Texas donut chain has been sold. So what does it mean for any potential changes? Well, not much is known yet. We're going to tell you about the new owners and what we know so far coming up.
I have a new little friend here. This battleship, and he's just shivering right now.
Oh my gosh, I know.
He's super cute.
So he came in as a stray with some of his siblings, and a few of them have already been adopted, but he is still available if anyone is interested. He is a Chihuahua mix, so he's not going to get very big.
Yeah.
But he is just absolutely adorable. His ears are so cute, and
he is adorable.
He's going to be great for any family that's looking for a new companion, and he's a great example also of a foster pet. So him and his siblings, when they first came into ADL, they were too small to go up for adoption, so they went into foster homes and are now socialized and ready to find that home.
So now he's ready. Okay, well, you know, if you could tell people, give them an example a little bit about, I mean, you know, if they want to see Battleship or maybe like, you know, see, you know, maybe his sibling.
Yeah. So we have tons of pets available for adoption right now. You can visit adltexas.org to see everyone who is available, or visit both of our locations. We have at any time usually about 500 to 600 pets available for adoption between both of our locations. But like I said, Battleship is a great example of our foster program.
Yes.
We have so many pets that come in and they're just not yet ready for adoption. So we have amazing foster families who take them into their home. They show them that love and affection. They get them socialized, take them out on walks depending on their age. But sometimes we might have some medical cases where they need some physical therapy or maybe some cage rest while they're in that foster home. But it's such a rewarding experience, and all you have to do is fill out an application on our website. You'll talk with our foster team and see what you're interested in.
Well, thank you so much for coming and for, you know, for talking to us and for letting us, you know, make friends here with Battleship.
Of course.
We loved Battleship's sweater.
Yeah.
Well, I did. Justin, not so much.
Hey, well, it's the sweater choice, not the dog.
Yeah. Well, beloved Texas donut chain Shipley Donuts has been sold to a private equity firm in California. The previous owner, Peak Rock Capital, announced that the sale of Shipley Donuts to Levine Leakman of Capital Partners on Monday.
So the new owners say that the donut company will still be managed from its headquarters in Houston and will be led by Flynn and the executive team. Shipley Donuts has served generations of customers since it was originally founded in 1936. The company now has more than 375 locations across the U.S., including 20 in San Antonio.
Take a look out there with Zoo Cam. Today it's Flamingo Cam. You can see that you know, it's nice and sunny over there, and I'm sure they noticed the temperature difference this morning as well.
Oh, that's a good point.
They're like, yay, it's spring.
They're having it looks like a very important conference there on the banks of the
Exactly. If we could only decipher what they're saying.
Yes.
Maybe they're talking about it's National Cheesecake Day today, which
I think so.
The ladies of SA Live will dive into here, but there are forks for everyone, and we can dive into this in a little bit.
Yes.
But this is
we
a
just wanted
hint.
to show you.
This is a hint at the new flavor for National Cheesecake Day, which I'm told has some kind of peach component to it. So there you have it.
We'll talk more about it.
We'll talk about it in a little bit, but there you have it. Thank you to the Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah, very nice.
Thank you. Looks good. All right.
Want to hold your fork here while you?
I'm going to wait.
You got to work first. You got to go to work first.
Or are you going to hold it while you do weather?
I might. Thinking about it the whole time.
Okay.
Hey, take a look at this picture. This was sent in to our KSAT Connect and shows the temperature this morning down to 63 where this was taken, which again around the outskirts of San Antonio, that was entirely possible. They said it's warmer inside than outside in July. Usually the humidity outside is so bad that my AC is working overtime, overcooling like crazy to counter. So it's freezing here this morning. I stepped outside and it felt like fall. That's weird, right? It was a strange morning, but it felt so very good. Record setting here in San Antonio, 67 this morning. And the average is 75. So we were 8 degrees below average and a degree below, I should say. The old record of 68 set back in 1949. And the record high, by the way, if you're curious, is 105. Boy, wouldn't that be something if we set the record low and the record high in the same day? Not going to happen. We're forecasting 100, so we're not going to get there. That was, again, set back in 2017. But that would be a feat. It would take some really dry air for that to happen. And the air is dry, but not that dry. High temperatures today. Around 100 here in San Antonio, 102 Dallas, 97 in Houston. So we're getting a lot of heat here around Texas and still a lot of heat across the southeastern portion of the country. Another area of high pressure, keep things very toasty there in Florida. And of course, the normal hot spots, Vegas and Phoenix, also very, very warm this afternoon. With our forecast, it is warming quickly. You know, we started off with those really nice numbers, but most of these numbers are going to be in the 80s here very soon. 76 in New Braunfels, 77 Converse, but I would guarantee you by the 10 o'clock hour, you're going to see those numbers jump up. The dew points have been the culprit behind all of this. Very, very dry this morning, but the dew points start to rise, especially as we get into tonight and tomorrow. And then by the weekend, we're back into those muggy conditions, which could lead to some rain, so that's good. But this dry weather was nice while it lasted. We showed you that ridge high pressure and how everything's kind of moving around it, right? So we've got some clouds trying to shift in from the east. And I think as we get into tomorrow, we'll see a little bit of a sea breeze take shape. And so that could give us a shower or storm tomorrow. But this particular model does not show much at all. As we get into Friday, though, outflow boundaries could kick off some showers and storms. Now, it looks like the favorite area is going to be more hill country and north of San Antonio, but I still think we'll have a shot at some isolated stuff, and then that should push even a little bit further south on Saturday, which is why we have a 30% chance rain in the forecast there. So 100 today and tomorrow, 99 Friday, 97 Saturday, 98 Sunday, and look for more triple digits by next week.
We're just getting a little laugh out of, well, he's earned it. But if you go on to our Instagram pages right now, our fabulous digital team has just posted a segment we did at GMSA Plus earlier, where we clarified whether Justin Horn is the tallest meteorologist in the United States.
Which the thought never crossed my mind.
The answer is we believe no, but you're pretty close.
But he's close. He's in good company.
Near the top.
Also. Yeah. Yeah, just one more inch.
I'm a growing boy, which is why.
Yeah, you need to. Yeah, exactly.
You know.
I would say I would never tell SA Live how to do their show, but I would recommend they have cheesecake every day.
Yeah, that would be fabulous.
Well, if your heart is pure and you believe it may happen, we will find out. But as I mentioned before, today is National Cheesecake Day, and the Cheesecake Factory is celebrating with a new flavor, all right, and a sweet deal for customers. Now, we sent this over to the anchors, so I'm sure they're enjoying it. But this new flavor is called Peach Perfect with raspberry drizzle. It features a peach cheesecake with peaches on a vanilla crust and finished off with a raspberry sauce. And today, they're offering any slice half price deal. The offer is valid only today for Cheesecake Rewards members dining in. That is any slice half price. So that got us thinking, what is your favorite flavor of cheesecake? Let us know. Scan that QR code and weigh in. I'm a fan of just the good old-fashioned New York style cheesecake, okay? Well, we've been bringing magic to you all summer long, and the spectacle continues today with the magician you've seen on Penn and Teller, Fool Us, and Masters of Illusion. We've got magician Matt Marcy here, who's going to be at the Magic Saloon.
Indeed. Thanks, Fiona. I thought I'd start with a quick trick. The first trick I ever learned of the dollar bill, where you fold it up, give it a blow, and it turns itself upside down. Not a great trick, but it's not as easy as it looks, because the first time I did it, this is what happened. I folded the bill up, gave it a blow, and when I unfolded it, it didn't turn itself upside down, it turned itself inside out.
Oh my gosh, what? Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Look at that. Okay, we're going to tell you all about all the family fun you can have at the Magic Saloon and more fabulous magic tricks from Matt in just a few minutes. All right, well, if you make that final road trip or beach day count, you can with these easy and affordable summer travel must-haves. And Adina Anderson has the ultimate end of summer checklist you're going to want to pack, right?
Yes,
Give us
I got
a little
my
nugget.
top 10. I've got places to go, things to do, and ways to stay safe.
All right, and we're going to find out exactly what those are and on that checklist at the top of the hour. Also, we are going to let you know about this popcorn that may cause snack envy. We found a popcorn that's bringing the party to your pantry, and we're going to tell you where it is. Beautiful drinks and baby animals. Yes, please. We're telling you all about the coziest, cutest pop-up in town. More SA Live in just a few.
Do you have a favorite restaurant or a favorite hairstylist? SA Picks is back, and we want to know who you think are the top businesses in the city. There are more than 90 categories to vote on. Just scan the QR code on your screen. You can vote for each category once a day, and you have until August 1st to vote. The finalists will be announced on August 19th, and then there'll be another round of voting from August 20th through September 12th to determine the big winners. We'll announce the winners in late September, so cast your vote now for your favorite business to be recognized as the best in San Antonio.
Okay, are you ready for some football? KSAT's getting ready for the 2025 KSAT Pigskin Classic, less than a month away. This year's game will feature Sonia Sotomayor versus Clark High School on August 28th at Dub Ferris Stadium, which is in Northside ISD.
Well, the matchup will be aired live on KSAT, KSAT Plus, KSAT.com, and our BGC app from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. And the follow-up coverage, of course, will be provided on the Night Beat. So our KSAT sports team will get things started on August 28th with KSAT Game Day live at 6:30 p.m. Well, now to some Hollywood news. The late Ozzy Osbourne laid to rest this morning.
And Netflix Pride and Prejudice series is revealing more of its cast, plus a big celebrity birthday today. Here's more.
Rock and roll's Prince of Darkness laid to rest today. Mourners turning out for Ozzy Osbourne's funeral in his hometown of Birmingham, England. The original Black Sabbath lead singer died just last week at the age of 76, just 17 days after his final onstage performance.
That is Mr. Darcy. He looks miserable, poor soul.
Netflix reveals more cast members for its upcoming Pride and Prejudice series. Rufus Sewell will play Mr. Bennett and Fiona Shaw will play Lady Catherine. They join previously announced cast members Emma Corrin and Olivia Colman. No word yet on a release date.
I'll be back.
And The Terminator is celebrating a birthday today. Arnold Schwarzenegger, who's known for other action films like Predator and True Lies, and also comedies like Twins and Kindergarten Cop, all before his stint as the governor of California turned 78. And that's what's happening in Hollywood. I'm Melissa Adon, ABC News.
Sorry, we're still in shock that he's 78.
78?
What? He looks great for his age.
Wow.
Well, two of the largest U.S. railroads, Union Pacific and Norfolk Southern, unveiled a $72 billion merger plan on Tuesday. So the coupling would create America's first transcontinental freight railroad. So the move could force the other two major freight railroads to also merge to stay competitive.
AI is rolling out a new ChatGPT study mode aimed at preventing kids from cheating on their homework. Now, it will not provide answers outright. Instead, it will respond to users with open-ended questions to help them figure it out themselves.
That's
Why are we laughing?
Here's a quick look at the Roads with Trans guide. Things are moving out there. I was going to say, I can't see with the Floresville thing. Okay, I think that's, what were we looking at earlier? 37. Okay, 37 at Alameda. We know that shot right there. But yeah, things are moving and things look good on the TxDOT website as well.
God, I would have been on the dean's list every time if I would have had ChatGPT back in the day.
Help us out, right?
Kids are just going to type,
I don't know.
How do I get around this ChatGPT?
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Exactly.
And then it will tell them. Yeah. Is what it is.
Thank you.
100 degrees today, 100 on Thursday, 99 Friday, 97 Saturday. So temperatures dip a little bit this weekend. We're still hoping for a couple of cooling pop-up showers or storms, but it's not looking like it's going to be terribly widespread.
Okay, well, that's good. And then we see the triple digits again coming in next week.
Yeah, we've been kind of spoiled.
Yeah, we have.
Like bookends there on the 7th day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Glaring at us.
Yeah,
All right.
they're
Very
still
good.
there.
Very good. Okay. Well, either way, it is National Cheesecake Day, and they are celebrating on SA Live, which starts right now.